Are you a homeowner looking to sell your home in 2025? If you are, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to tell you exactly how to pick the right real estate agent for you. My name is Adam Stein. I am the broker and owner of Century 21 Stein Poser in Boca Raton. We have over 100 agents that work throughout the Tri-County marketplace, and we have listed and sold thousands of homes over the many years I've been in business and our firm has been in business. And here's what I know, having worked with hundreds of agents and thousands of sellers over the years, there are a list of things that every seller should be looking for when hiring the ideal agent. In fact, I'm going to give you 10 things for you to consider when hiring the right real estate agent. Here's what I know every home seller wants. It's probably the same for you too if you're watching this video and you're thinking about selling your home. Number one is the most money possible. Possible being the operative word there. Number two is in the shortest amount of time or in a time frame that works within your needs and what it is you're up to in your life. Number three is with a buyer that will close, right? A buyer who will actually get to the finish line. Your listing agent's job is to make sure they qualify and vet the buyer. And then number four is the least amount of stress and headaches for you, and that's why hiring a professional is so important when considering selling your home. Okay, so let's get to it. What are the 10 things that you should consider when choosing a real estate agent to list and sell your home for you? Number one is experience and market knowledge, right? How long has that agent been in the business? How experienced or knowledgeable about the local market are they? And how well do they understand the current pricing environment given the economic factors that affect real estate and pricing strategy, right? Supply, demand, days on market, that sort of thing. And so I'd strongly encourage you as you interview agents to find out what is their experience and their market knowledge. Now, that does not mean that only long-time tenured agents should be the ones you hire. Certainly there are agents who are relatively new or newer to the business. Many of them work with a mentor or someone more experienced. That's how we do it here in our organization. They are able to rapidly accelerate their knowledge and know-how so that you can get the benefits of their knowledge and experience. All right, number two, and this does go to someone who's been in the business for a minute, is a proven track record, right? They've been able to demonstrate the results that they can get for you as a homeowner. And really it's about understanding the process of putting your home on the market, preparing your home first, right? Getting it ready to go on the market, giving you an effective strategy, effective pricing, etc., and then being able to guide you through that process. And then really just looking at their numbers. How many homes they sold in the last 12 months? What is their typical list to sale price ratio, right? Are they listing homes here, but they're selling way down here? Or do they have a close list to sell price ratio? And what I always look for is testimonials. Have other people worked with them, and do they have testimonials and references that speak to what it is to work with them and the experience that they provide? All right, number three is, do they have a marketing strategy? There are basically three components that a real estate agent is going to provide for you. Number one is they're going to ensure that you have a very good marketing strategy, and list price is part of that marketing strategy, right? So pricing the property properly, effectively marketing that property to expose the property to the largest pool of qualified buyers that could come and buy your house. And then number three, do they show up when a showing has been scheduled to sell your house, right? We don't hire agents, listing agents to list homes. We hire them to sell the home, and they can only do that if they in fact show up and sell your home, show your home when it needs to be shown. Do they do professional marketing, professional videography, professional photos? I would be very leery of the agent who says, I'm going to take pictures with my cell phone. I got a great phone too, but I'm not taking pictures of your house with my cell phone, right? What kind of advertising? What kind of social media marketing? Are they going to open house the property? Do they have a multi-tiered strategy? And then do they have the ability to report the metrics of how many people have seen your home? For example, in our organization, every single one of our home sellers every week gets a report from us that indicates where their home was seen online, right across all the digital platforms. Every one of our sellers gets that report every single Tuesday to show the week-by-week exposure that that property has had. Okay, number 4 is negotiating skills, right? Do they have the capacity to advocate for your best interests and their own, frankly, right? So that they can help you achieve your desired objectives, most money possible, shortest amount of time, buyer that'll perform, and least amount of stress for you. Do they have the ability to negotiate effectively? See, here's the thing, right? You're a home seller, you want the most money you can get. And here comes buyers that, of course, they want to pay the least amount they possibly can. Well, how do we make that work? You've got to have great negotiating skills. I would include just great communication skills overall, right? The ability to bring people together, the ability to bridge a gap in between disparate parties, and negotiating skills are part of that. Okay. Number 5 is, in fact, communication, and I'll add availability. Are they responsive? Do they communicate? Over the many years of working with home sellers and real estate agents, the number one complaint that I see home sellers have of their listing agent is they listed the property and I haven't heard from them, right? And so that is an unfortunate reality for too many home sellers. Unfortunately, in real estate, the barrier to entry is quite low. And while you may want to give your cousin or your neighbor an opportunity to list and sell your home, they might not be the right person to do it. I'm not saying they aren't, but if they don't have the professional capacity to communicate with you effectively, and likewise be available, be responsive, that is going to be problematic for that transaction and to help you get what you want. Number 6 is a good pricing strategy, right? Understanding the market intel, understanding what are the comparables, right? So there's basically 3 elements to pricing a property. You can do a comparable approach, you could do a cost approach where you look at the cost to rebuild the home, or you can do an income approach, which is suitable for income producing property. Well, in residential real estate, if it's your primary residence, they're going to use a comparable approach, okay? Which means they're going to look at all of the comparable properties that properly compare to your home, whether it's in your neighborhood or adjacent neighborhoods, and then they're going to, what we teach our people to do is look at price per square foot. That is an equalizer across all property types, because not every property is the same. You've got different conditional elements, locational elements. One might be on a lake or a swimming pool here in South Florida, right? And so to equalize it, we look at price per square foot. We're also going to look at days on market. How long are properties in your neighborhood specifically and adjacent neighborhoods of similar types of properties sitting on the market before they go to contract? And then how quickly are they then getting to close, right? And then the third is, what are you competing with at your price point? Are there 5 other properties at your price point, 10 other properties, 20 other properties? Because that is very much going to impact the pricing strategy. Another thing that impacts your pricing strategy is how quickly do you need to sell your home? We don't ever rush anybody. It's never on our time period. What we do, however, is have very constructive conversations, strategic conversations with our home sellers to talk about, well, why are we even doing this in the first place? What's happening for you in your life? And then we set a time frame, right? That's going to be specific to you getting the desired objective on your time frame. And that, of course, is going to play into the pricing strategy. Okay, number 7 is network and resources, okay? So what do I mean? I mean, does your listing agent have mortgage, title, property inspector? Are you going to need to make some repairs or clean up or removal of furniture or just excess clutter? Do they have all those resources available? Because you're going to need a whole team, right? A real estate agent really, in some cases, is a quarterbacking the entire project called selling your house, right? And so in order for you to have the best experience you could possibly have, and that's in fact what this video is about, to make sure that you, a home seller here in South Florida or anywhere, have the best experience you possibly can, is you're going to want a real estate agent who has a deep network and resources to help you accomplish your objective. All right, number 8 is reputation and professionalism, okay? who we associate with is who we are, essentially. And when you hire a real estate agent to essentially be your representative into the marketplace, who you hire says everything about you as well, right? And do they have a professional reputation inside of the real estate community? I know firsthand that when an agent lists a home and another agent with a buyer approaches that listing agent, if that agent doesn't have a good reputation, that buyer's agent, I assure you that that listing agent is hesitant and tentative to even interact with that agent because they know how hard it is to do business with that agent. Now, I'm not suggesting that a listing agent would not entertain all agents, buyers' interests and showings, but having a reputation that precedes you is so important. For us, right, I want a reputation or an agent with a reputation of being incredibly easy to do business with, highly professional and highly regarded, and likable, right? Easy to get along with because, again, we're bringing disparate parties together. And if you've ever sold a house or bought a house, you know that negotiations can become tense, and you need people who have good rapport, good reputation to be able to, again, bridge the gap if there is one. Likewise, are they part of a great organization with great support behind them? I am the broker and owner of our organization. I've been in the real estate business now for 25 years. I have done more real estate transactions in that 25-year time period than most people will ever do throughout a lifetime, right? And so we know our way around and we know how to support our professionals so that when it's challenging, when the obstacles and difficulties and human interaction create stress shows up, as it inevitably always does, is that listing agent properly supported with a great team behind them? Every one of our listing agents writes me, the broker, my partner Ron, who is an exceptional mentor. We've got a full service operational team, transaction management support, listing support, marketing support, all behind that listing agent. So you don't just hire the listing agent, you hire an entire team. And that is not the case with every agent, I assure you. So does the listing agent you're going to hire have the proper support, the proper backing, and the professional reputation that's going to benefit you in this experience? Okay, number 9. Personality, right? Are they likable? Do you get along with them? Do you like this person, right? You got to have a good, energetic fit because you're going on a journey together. It can be a short journey. Ideally, every home seller I know wants to get it over with as quickly as possible while still getting most money possible, a buyer that'll close, and the least amount of stress. Nobody wants to be on the market for a long time. It's stressful. Got to keep your house clean, got to keep it in perfect showing order all the time. And once you list your house, nobody wants to hang out and wait, right? So do you have a good fit? Are you going to be on this journey together with someone that you like? I think likability is such an important characteristic of this partnership that you're going to engage. Okay, and are they easy to get along with, right? Are they going to be good to communicate with? You feel a connection? And most importantly, do they care, right? Do you really feel like they genuinely care about you? That's the number one thing, right? That will be the bonus tip. I'll say it early here. Bonus tip, make sure they care. Make sure they're not just in it for the paycheck. Okay, so that was number 10, make sure they care, right? And then number 11, bonus tip is, do they have a clearly structured commission and fee structure for you as a seller? Do you understand the value of what you're paying for? Do you understand the scope of services that you're paying for? Do the fees and commissions seem fair based on the level of work they're going to do? It is true that you could hire a discount agent who is going to charge you the least amount possible, and that may be a choice you want to make if you're looking to maximize every dollar in your pocket, and you're entitled to do that as a home seller. It's your home, it's your experience, it's your life. And if you choose an agent that charges less, I assure you, you will get less. I mean, that's how this works. On the other hand, if you hire a full service agent, you'll get full service, but of course, you'll pay for that. You get what you pay for. You could stay at the Four Seasons or you could stay at the Motel 6. We both know the difference of what that experience will be like, right? No different when you hire a real estate agent. My suggestion is at least have the clarity around the commission and fee structure so that you feel satisfied that you're going to get your money's worth, right? So that was tip number 11. I said I was going to give you 10. I gave you 11. I hope this video is helpful for you. Of course, if you have any comments or questions, if you want to share the comments below the video here, I'll be more than happy to respond. If you're thinking about selling your house, you're not sure who to hire, reach out to us. Reach out directly to me, Adam Stein on the broker at Century 21 here in Boca Raton. We'd be more than happy to help you. There's no obligation, a totally confidential conversation if in fact you want to consider working with one of our agents who are the utmost professionals here in the South Florida real estate market. As always, thanks again. I'm going to bring great content to you every single week to help you have the best home buying and selling experience you possibly can. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell so you get the notifications when we drop new content. Have a great one.